How's it going, people? So since there's no content this week when it comes to One Piece until I believe the second week of January, you pretty much get a layout of what I'm anticipating the most when it comes to One Piece in 2017. That includes the manga, the anime, and of course, starting I believe next week also with One Piece on Gold coming out in North America. Now I'll start off with that because obviously since I still haven't seen any stream to this online, and if it has, it's been false leads anyway. So I think by the end of January we'll be getting this streamed online as well as coming out in cinemas. So I can't wait for One Piece on Gold. It's hype, and it started off with a bang. And the fact it's already been released in English dub, I can see it following the same format as the Dragon Ball Z Fukatsu no F, Resurrection of Frieza, when that came out in English dub. So I see it following suit. It depends because a lot of people are saying that they prefer the subbed over dubbed. But when push comes to shove, and I still haven't seen copies of this online, I think they're going to be watching the dub no matter what. So say what you want. And now when it comes to the anime, we're pretty much stuck in Zou. If I had to guess, because of what I know from the manga, I would say even with the slow pace of the toy animation, I still think 5 episodes max we're going to be getting left in the Zou arc, and that also means we're going to enter the Forces for Emperor's arc, and more importantly, the Whole Cake Island arc. I think by then we're also going to be getting a new anime opening. Well, that's more than just a possibility. Also, I'm assuming there may be a lot of filler along the way, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think a new opening is pretty much coming as well, so I can't wait for that. Then you have to shift focus to the manga content we're getting this year. It's going to be a triple header. It's going to be continuation of Whole Cake Island, with the increase in pacing of the Whole Cake Island arc the way it is right now. Then you have the Reverie Arc, which is rumored to be 10 chapters max. It makes sense, and not only that, obviously because of the time constraints and obviously Oda having breaks, it makes sense too. Plus, you have to factor in after that we're entering Wano in 2017 as well. So 3 arcs we're heading into. We're already on the Whole Cake Island arc. And let me just start off by saying this. You know, over the past 2 weeks, I have noticed the amount of nuclear heat, the hatred towards one Charlotte Pudding has been off the page. And I'm not saying that I get it. I get why people are pissed off at her. But you have to take into consideration as well. You know, this is the way that Oda has gone with the story. So, yeah, I don't like what Pudding's doing either, but I'm not going to make rants about this shit because I know this is where the structure lies in the story of One Piece. And plus, and then, another thing too, again, I said this before, how people said they've called Pudding being evil from the get-go. Well, those same people are pretty much ranting about Pudding being the most despised female antagonist of the series. And not to play devil's advocate, but I don't think we've had a lot of female antagonists in the series. Yeah, female antagonist. Yeah, I guess you could say Monet, but she wasn't really despised all that much. If anything, a lot of people recommended her Nakama material, even though she was working on the Caesar, who was kidnapping little kids and experimenting on them. Pudding was Monet was kind of manipulating it too. So no, Big Mom. Well, Big Mom, what you see is what you get. A crazy, intense, a no-brain bitch who's pretty much greedy on everything. But you know what you're going to get, at least to a certain point. When it comes to Pudding, though, the difference is this. I think the way that Oda played with people's expectations and the way that is played with the emotions is a different thing entirely. And not only that, I think what pushed people over the edge is the way Pudding has been mocking Sanji in the previous chapter. Not only that, she like stole the memories of Reiju. I actually think that's going to play a huge plot device, and I'll tell you that in a minute. But the fact she fucked up Reiju, she used the candy. She used a pistol made out of candy bullets. She stomped on Sanji's heart literally. she's going to try and shoot him in the heart of the wedding. So there you go. More than enough reasons to hate Pudding, obviously. But again, that's a testament to Oda for playing with people's emotions. So that's got people invested, and it also gives reason people to watch and see somebody keep Pudding's ass at the wedding. Now, let's call the spades of spades here. It's not going to be Sanji because he doesn't hit women. Well, I think this was setting up a Nami versus Pudding fight. I really think that's going to be the case. The fact that Reiju has had the memories taken of the discussion. Yeah, she did get fucked up, but the question I have is how much of the memory did Pudding really take from Reiju anyway? So, that being said, yeah, it's leaning towards Nami versus Pudding, and I would prefer that anyway, just because at the entire Straw Hats, I think Nami's been set for a one-on-one fight since the beginning of this arc. Pudding's a perfect opponent, especially now. Jeez. Yeah, and this is kind of a way of redeeming a character. Yeah, I guess you can. It's a double-edged sword with what happened with Sanji. Yeah, she slapped Sanji, but yeah, she slapped Sanji because of what Luffy was going through. If you want to read between the lines. So, and not only that, only 3 people know Pudding's true nature. That's Luffy, Nami, and Sanji. Sanji's obviously not going to hit Pudding. Luffy has to focus on Big Mom no matter what. He might do something to Pudding, but I think Nami's the perfect opponent just because they kind of had the interaction from the get-go. Plus, out the 3, I think Nami's kind of more level-headed out the 3 as of right now. So I would say Nami's going to fuck up Pudding, hopefully. Just to give you a hint about how people are reacting about Pudding's true nature. You got people going on Google and Twitter with saying, fuck this bitch. They're throwing every hateful meme you can think of. I just want to see what happens next. Again, this obviously wants to maybe see Nami kick her ass even more, but I'm not going to go overboard and throw every hateful meme you can think of. And the fact these memes are coming from certain people who said they claimed that Pudding was evil from the get-go should be a huge indicator of how overboard people are going with this. Again, has been one of the despised female antagonists in One Piece. Not too many female antagonists, to be honest with you, but I get where people are coming from. That being said, we know where we're heading for the Red Wedding, so I can't wait for that. But then you have the Reverie Arc, followed by the Wano Arc. Now, I've already made a discussion about the Reverie and the Wano Arc. Obviously, the hope is the focus is going to be on Zoro when it comes to the Wano Arc, and since he is in command of the Straw Hats as of right now, yeah, you have Law there, you have the Samurai there, you have the rest of the Straw Hats. Before then, you have the Reverie. Again, obviously, there's a couple of articles on what may happen. There's a possibility of Monkey D. Dragon showing up at the Reverie. That's a possibility, but I just think the more accurate of the entire article was the 10-chapter layout, because it makes sense with everything. The way, especially with the way that Oda is kind of like quickening up the pace in these arcs. I assume it's going to be the same for Wano and the Reverie arc as well. So, that being said, the Wano arc speaks for itself, the most anticipated arc in One Piece. So I can't wait for that. But 2017 is lit. In terms of where we are right now, in the Whole Cake Island arc, where we're heading in the anime, eventually going to be heading to the Whole Cake Island arc again. I think there's a possibility of a new anime opening pretty soon. And then you have the One Piece film Gold starting January. One way or another, this is coming out online, and this is coming out in theaters near you, starting in North America pretty soon. So let me know your thoughts down below. What are you anticipating the most out of 2017 when it comes to One Piece? What are you hyped about the most? Comment down below your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Catch you guys later. Bye.